The devil believes she can break you.
The Lord believes in you more than the devil, and the devil is her own child. Believe in you more than not you can. Like that time you ran away. Angels took flight, came back, and you found yourself. You didn't believe that was possible. Believe it. Remember pain and how we think it can't go away until we begin to believe that it can go away. Like syllables floating on whispers and wishes in the wind. Everything is nothing. Everything is nothing until we believe. You hear me? Everything is nothing. It's nothing until we believe. So, believe we can be together. Believe we can harmony. Believe that hate doesn't have to exist. Believe that it doesn't have to always be that way. Believe pain when they give it to you. Believe in forgiveness, not forgetfulness. Believe in healing. Believe in your love. Your love, believe in your love. Believe in love. How can you not? You are alive. It was believed that you were possible. We are the part of the conversation where doctors told our creators, your child will not make it. And they challenged death to come for you, believing that love and life defeats death. So they loved, prayed, moved slow, valued bed rest, cradled your womb like a life depended on it, believing to give you the best shot at life against all odds, They believed that you were possible. And here you are. Amazing. Breathe, y'all. Turn to your neighbor and tell them, remember. Turn to your neighbor. Tell them, remember, you are amazing. Now, as you continue on and learn to love how you love who you love, which is a whole nother conversation, there are 4 flows that will accentuate your journey. Repeat after me. Say time. Say energy. Say vibration. And believe. Now say this. Say there's not enough time, but we'll use the time we have. I want you to raise your hand if you've ever had enough time to do something that you love. For folks that are watching this somewhere, there isn't a hand up in the space. So know that going into it. There's not enough, there's never going to be enough time. So use what we have. Yes? Yes? Use that time. That shouldn't be an excuse. Use the time that we have. Now, the next one. Protect your energy. Protect who you are, what you are about, what you stand for, why you wake up. Protect that. Don't let other negative energy into that space. It's kind of like that experience when you wake up and you have an idea what your day is going to be like, and you go into your day, then something happens and disrupts all of that. be aware and try to not let those things disrupt your flow. You feel me? Protect your energy. Now next, watch your vibration. Watch your vibration. What that means is be cognizant of what you put out into the world. Yes? I like to say, with the energy you emit is the energy you will get. So be careful what you put out into the space, because it will come back to you. And now belief, that's the fourth flow. Belief is the very foundation of love. There is no love without belief. There is no love without belief. Yes? And when it becomes complex for you to talk about this love, these four flows, what they will do is reflect, respect, and project your love. And again, when it becomes complex for you to talk about that and communicate it, what I want you to remember is the sound a cow makes. On the count of three, what's the sound a cow makes? There you go. Moo. M-O-O. It's an acronym. Stands for my history, our lives, our future. I will test you. M-O-O. My history, our lives, our future. Family. What's the M stand for? What's the first O stand for? The second O. Exactly. That is a pathway for engaging in complex conversations. Not a beginning, middle, and an end. It's a pathway. And now when you engage in the moo, you should be responsible for giving some level of vulnerability. And typically when you give some level of vulnerability, it's reciprocated from the listener or listeners. And now when you do that, and you're engaged in a conversation, we need to listen. Oftentimes we listen waiting for our chance to speak. So what I'm saying is we do this thing called HUC, which is hearing with understanding and care. You're listening so that you can understand what's being shared with you and care about what's being shared with you, so that the conversation can be meaningful and not empty, not hollow. You agree with me, yes? And so now, what I would like to do is ask for a volunteer. This is the first in TEDx world. I need a volunteer. Come on up. Show some love. We got a volunteer coming on up. Here we go. I'm going to get a microphone from Dave. Can we give Dave a round of applause? Thank you. Dave is part of the expert technical genius that we're having this evening. How you doing? What's your name?
Okay, Richard.
Richard, hold on to the microphone. Okay? All right. Richard, can we give Richard a round of applause? This is Richard. So, Richard, thank you for volunteering. Although you weren't sure what you were volunteering for, but
doesn't matter.
We're gonna do the moo together. Is that okay?
You bet.
Quick version. All right? And so there are two ways we can engage in this. One is just simply saying, look, Richard, you and I are going to have this conversation about this topic, and we want to talk about it from the perspective of our histories with it, how our lives may or may not connect with it, and the future of it, whether or not we're going to continue this conversation or not. Or you can informally do it in a way that you know that you're engaging in it, and you're going to go through those three pieces of the pathway at some point. It may take 5 minutes, it may take 5 weeks, or 5 years. Who knows? You know what I mean? So, but we need a topic. Someone give us a topic. Shout something out. What'd you say? Ice cream. Okay. We'll go with ice cream. That's fine. We'll go with that.
Cream.
So, wow. Here's the thing, Richard. Ice cream, right? Ice cream for me, when I think about it, it's this part of my life as a young child where I remember the ice cream truck coming, right? And then when it came, not having the ability to buy something from the ice cream truck, knowing that if I asked that it wasn't going to be reciprocated with some funding from my mom. It's always my mom and I. I celebrate my moms in May and in June, forever. And I love that. And so I just remember that as being the thing. So ice cream became this thing that was almost unattainable when it came to like the ice cream truck and things like that. And so I just always paid attention to how it made me. And it wasn't just myself, because there were some other friends that also had the same thing, but we would just want to have that experience of being able to get something from the ice cream truck. But then later on, we learned a lot about the ice cream truck and the song that goes with it and the history to that song and things like that. But that's again a different talk. But ice cream is it's never the simple thing. And now as a grown man, I can't eat it as much because I want to stay healthy in some way. You know, so it has this little love-hate relationship for me, this ice cream thing. As a father, I try to make it so that our children don't ever have to worry about that piece. They don't have that experience, although I grew from it. And so what's your experience with ice cream?
Well, as a kid, I was allergic to food, and I couldn't eat a lot of foods. I couldn't eat a lot of ice cream. I was allergic to chocolate and eggs, so I couldn't have ice cream. And it was only as I outgrew those allergies that I was able to have different kinds of ice cream. I still can't eat nuts, so I have to be really careful about the ice cream that I eat. And I don't eat it as much as I used to. I'm getting older, and like you, I have to pay attention to my health, and I have to watch my sweets, and got to keep the weight off.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that. How did it feel for you as a child with other folks when they didn't have the same?
I was always different because of my allergies, and so I always had to be treated specially, and it sort of felt I got ostracized a lot as a result, because the other kids, they saw that I was getting treated specially, and they didn't like that. So
they didn't like that you were getting treated specially.
Yeah.
I can connect with that, because as a child, I was oftentimes on the receiving end of negative behavior, because again, I didn't have much or anything, and so Siri thought we were talking to it, and so I would be and so I would be on the receiving end of some of that negative behavior, some of those negative comments, and I don't know how that impacted yourself, but I know for me, it put me in a place where I began to defend other people a lot. As a child, I would find myself in fights, but defending other people, fighting against bullies and things like that. So I don't know if that's something.
Well, I was never a fighter, but I always took care of other people, and it didn't matter whether they knew anything about me or not. I just, I've always been a caretaker, and I have about a dozen stories I could tell.
Mm-hmm. But this is good. We both are caretakers and have this semblance of our lives that allowed us to be in this space. And oftentimes I draw from it when I'm always connecting with other folks all the time. You do the same thing?
I do.
This is good. So maybe we can continue this conversation at some point, maybe?
Absolutely.
We can exchange information, maybe continue the conversation?
Sure.
Family, can you show Rich some love? Can you show Rich some love? Thank you.
I'll give you my card at the end.
No, absolutely. So we can give this to Dave. There you go. And so first, Richard, thank you for sharing your personal story with a number of people who you may not know. Thank you. Kev, we saw you there. Kevin was going to catch you, Rich. So thank you for sharing that story and trusting in this space, in this community, and this family here with your story and your narrative, and allow me to share mine with yourself. If you notice, we stayed connected to each other. I think it was a flowing conversation. It was honest and authentic, and we absolutely would exchange information and continue the conversation. This is not just showing for YouTube and all that kind of stuff, all right? Okay, thank you. Appreciate you. So, family, my time is there, and so I want to end with this one thing. I want us, if you could, repeat after me. Say one heart, one love, one life, one people, one family. That poem that I started with, the 4 flows that we spoke about, and the mood technique for having engaging conversations all connect to love, all connect to how we can be connected to each other, and all lead to us at our best being one family. That's what this all connects to. You follow me? Yes? So again, one heart, one love, one life, one people, one family. One heart. One love. One life. One people. One family. Thank you. I'll see y'all around. Thank you very much. Thank you.